today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Summer drawing to a close here in the Southeast. The roof is closed at the wondrous Mercedes-Benz Stadium due to the hot temps still outside here in downtown Atlanta. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. A.J. Epinesa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3". And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Back to throw. Graves. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. this offense on the march.
It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Graves to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll set up to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into it?
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. On the return, here's Agnew. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Graves rolling to his right. This will be caught downfield by Moore. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that, it only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now left side on the swing pass. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hayes. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work on it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional 1st down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. To throw on 2nd down. Graves. This one goes out wide for Barkley. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. He's trying to parlay that great performance last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2, into a great performance in Week 3.
And the way he was able to do it last week, he started off doing it again this week. Energy, the way he comes off the line of scrimmage, attacks the defense, sets them back on their heels, and he finds openings as a result.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Back to throw. Graves. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Chark, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Looking to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He'll drop to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Amari Barno. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down. They tried to throw on second down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Hayes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hayes.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he's in. Take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So we've come to halftime after a very...
No break needed. Let's get back to it.
Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the 2nd half now. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hayes. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. They'll drop to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Agnew now to return. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
A handoff, Barkley running left, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it's Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. On 1st down, Graves. That caught by Trimble. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Off play action. Graves. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row,
You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Falcons ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hayes. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the 1st down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now back to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd and 5. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw left side, there's London. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Back to throw here.
This pass is caught by London.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They'll try and run for it, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out, and the Panthers will get the football back. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard, and he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 19 and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. Graves firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line, down at the 2. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the office.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amari Barno. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Falcons offense set to go. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
Maybe get any type of...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Amari Barno. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
That kind of puts the bow on what has been a complete performance, Charles. They're pitching a shutout on the other side in this offense. They've done their thing well, too.
Yeah, this game has been all-out effort from them on every snap, and there's a good amount of pride on the line right now. They want to finish what they started. They want this shutout preserved.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll set up a throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Well, had Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for Carolina, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
And they'll get a trip to Vegas next week for a date with the Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.